just to be even more luxurious, Chanel has now started a brand new platform, and they call it the recycling platform, and they have named it Neville. Neville or Neville. What does it mean? We're gonna explain the whole thing here, but first, subscribe to my channel, thumb up this video, and everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. The magazine Grazia Singapore issued an article written by Pamela Cambe entitled How Chanel's Recycling Platform Neville Will Transform Your Favorite Bags. But apparently not just bags, but also clothes and accessories. Now, I really don't know how they're going to pull this one off. Let me explain to you what Chanel just did here and what they announced and which new platform they have initiated. And then let's figure out just how much better or worse, allegedly, the products that we're going to buy from them are going to get. Chanel, there's always drama with Chanel. I don't even know anymore, you guys. So, the article says Chanel is going green. The French luxury brand has announced the launch of a new sustainable platform, Neville, which is dedicated to developing circular materials. Now, the second they put sustainable and circular materials in one sentence, you know they be bullcrapping us till the cows come home and then some. Allegedly. The name Neville, the person who invented this name should win the Pulitzer Prize. You guys. The name Neville combines the words never and old, which sums up Chanel's intention to create new materials by recycling used and waste textiles from its manufacturing processes. They're now going to combine the junk, put it in a trunk, and sell it for a marked up price under the guise of sustainability, allegedly. So Bruno Pavlovsky is mixed into this shenaniganism, and he says, we started by asking ourselves, what happens to the materials that don't make it into a final product, or those that reach the end of their first life, said Bruno Pavlovsky, president of fashion at Chanel, in an interview with Vogue Business. He goes on to say, at Chanel, we didn't destroy unsold products, but we also didn't yet have a real system to understand their full potential. Neville is that system. I love how he says they didn't destroy the products that they didn't sell. Chanel, is this why you call back your perfumes and beauty products you don't sell? You call back even before it expires, like the soaps that you released last year, the little cube soaps that you released for the Chanel Chance Eau Fraîche. And you released them just a year ago, and they didn't all sell out. This year, I wanted to buy a new box for me because I bought one last year and I wanted a new one. And I was told from the Chanel beauty boutique staff that they were all sent back less than a year after they were released. The ones that were not sold were all sent back to be destroyed, probably, allegedly, right? And they do that with their sunglasses at Luxottica, allegedly. With the products that are not sold, do not tell me that you don't destroy which you don't sell. Because would you be ready to testify under oath in a court of law Would you, Bruno? Would you? And also what he says, I love how, when Chanel invents terminologies like price harmonization, cute word to say, we're increasing the prices. How? So now when they say you buy a bag and top coat is all plasticky, we don't even know if it's really leather, and the pigment is not anymore in the leather, it's in the top coat, which is a plastic coat, and it starts peeling 20 minutes after you're wearing it, that shit is damaged. Poor quality. Instead of calling a spade, you say it so elegantly. We started by asking ourselves what happens to the materials that don't make it into a final product or those that reach the end of their first life. So the bag that I bought for $6,000, the 22 bag back in 2022, that started peeling 20 minutes after I started using it for the first time ever, bought new in the Chanel boutique. You can go check out my video. It's still on my channel, where you get to see me unbox the bag and where you get to see me cry about the bag because then I brought it back to Chanel. You call it the end of their first life. Such an elegant way of saying something fell apart because you didn't make it durable enough to last a lifetime. So you don't say that something is poorly manufactured. Instead, you claim that it's meant to arrive to the end of its first life. Girl, it didn't even get a chance to live its first life, and it's already dead. So, through Neville, Chanel will focus on recycling and renewing 5 natural materials: cotton, wool, silk, cashmere, and leather. These are the materials that are most used in Chanel's designs, the article quotes, states, which includes its ready-to-wear collections, haute couture, and most importantly, its leather goods. According to Pavlovsky, these materials are also becoming difficult to source in high quality due to factors like climate change and limited traceability. I see, Bruno. So the leather quality issues that we're experiencing with some Chanel leather goods, allegedly, is not due to you cutting corners in production, but you're claiming that climate change and limited traceability is the reason for the lower quality leather. And you can't do anything about it? Other brands can, though. How come you can't? Neville is a major undertaking. Chanel has reportedly invested between 50 million and 80 million euro into the platform, which is helmed by Sophie Broca, the former CEO of the French luxury brand Patou. Neville isn't a private initiative either. The circular platform will partner with other brands and companies in the wider fashion industry beyond the luxury sector to collect end-of-life materials, unsold merchandise, and material offcuts that can be used to develop recycled materials. And I thought to myself, how can you use a material that's already so crappy that it falls apart after just a couple of uses? It's like, how are you going to use that material? It's already so shitty. How are you going to save that, recycle that, and make something new out of something that's already falling apart? How? It begs the question, what does Neville mean for the Chanel girl? For one, she can expect her tweeds to be more eco-friendly than ever. Ladies, all of your alarm bells should go off when you read this. Chanel has created a sustainable version of its signature fabric that is woven with both virgin and recycled fibers. And the French fashion house has already started using the material across its collections. I see. So they're maximizing profits, in other words. In the accessories department, Chanel will also start producing structural parts of its beloved bags and shoes out of recycled materials derived from waste leather. Aha. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. They're literally admitting what they have been doing for a while now. And Jackie says, AKA, we added plastic. Yeah, but there's a twist coming because and the French fashion house has already started using the material across its collections. In the accessories department, Chanel will also start producing structural parts of its beloved bags and shoes out of recycled materials derived from waste leather, replacing parts that were previously made from plastic. So now they're kind of implying that the new parts are not plastic, but made out of recycled materials. You see how something is not working? Something is so sus here. According to Women Wear Daily, about 30% of Chanel handbags, 30%, and 50% of the brand's shoes already feature recycled components. How come they didn't tell us this sooner? How many years have they been doing this shtick? You know, because as far as I remember, when I used to buy a Chanel bag, it would say all new materials. And it would say like made of premium materials, like we didn't recycle anything to make this leather bag that you're paying $10,000 for. And it seems that they've already been doing this for a while. 30% of their bags and 50% of the brand's shoes already feature recycled components. That includes the brand's slingback pumps, whose heels are now crafted from recycled materials. That bit of news will delight. Look how they're, oh my God, this makes me furious. Look how they're messing with us. How they're trying to phrase it like it's a good thing. That bit of news will delight eco-minded shoppers who are vehemently against the use of plastic in fashion production. Pavlovsky told Vogue Business, "At the end of the day, we're quite happy to say that in a couple of years, we'll be able to have no plastic at all in our shoes and in our bags." That was the ultimate objective. He's telling us that they're not going to have any plastic in their bags. Okay, so Bruno, can you explain to me why every bag at Chanel that is leather seems like it has the thickest coat of a synthetic material on top that makes it look super plasticky, that cracks and peels off? And why are people working in the leather industry saying that now many luxury bags put the color of the bag into the synthetic top coat and not directly into dyeing the actual leather, which is why we see the cracking and the peeling? So how can you have the audacity to stay here and tell us that you're not going to have any plastics in your leather bags when without plastics your leather bags wouldn't exist? What am I missing here? It sure helps that Chanel will soon be led by a fashion designer who knows how to make sustainability chic. Mathieu Blazy was appointed as the Maison's artistic director in December 2024, and he will oversee Chanel's haute couture ready-to-wear and accessories collections. Lucky us. Previously, Blazy spent 3 years as creative director of Bottega Veneta. Yeah, I don't need to know all that. So anyway, they end the article by saying, hopefully Neville will be steered in the same direction as Bottega Veneta was by Blazy. They say, at Bottega Veneta, Blasi also focused on creating products that are timeless. Really? I don't remember one single piece he made, but okay. Both in terms of design and durability. Upon Blasi's appointment at Chanel, Pavlovsky said in a statement, Blasi's audacious personality. Audacious personality? I didn't even know Blasi had a personality. His innovative and powerful approach to creation, as well as his dedication to craftsmanship and beautiful materials, will take Chanel in exciting new directions. I just got a headache having to deal with this topic. Like, the amount of BS that I smell a mile away from this article. Girl, let me know down below what your thoughts are on this entire topic, because just when you thought you couldn't get more speechless, this leaves you even more speechless. Let me know down below. Thumb up the video, subscribe. Let's get to 100K. Love you loads. Never give up on love.